Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans. Featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, along with my co-hosts, JAYBONE, Bill, Alicia, and Mark. And this is the Rebellion 2021 review and discussion. Holy shit, what a night, guys.
You guys see any wrestling tonight?
Yeah, did we see the wrestling tonight? Good call. Jeez. I got a little twinge right now. The voice at the end of our intro is Rich Swann. That's him saying Total Nonstop Impact. That's Rich. He did that. He recorded that for us. And it's a sad ending tonight for Rich Swann, but we'll talk about it. But I want to start off real quick.
That son of a bitch.
Already with the Rich Swann sound.
Appropriate tonight. I'll allow all the Rich Swann sound bites you want to do.
Yeah. I wish we had more. But let me ask you guys this. We had a watch-along going tonight, huh? A reaction watch-along. Not a visual watch-along, but you guys had a reaction. How did that go?
Could all be imagined.
How was it, guys? Bill, JAYBONE, Mark, you guys were in there. How was it?
Good. It was good.
It was great crowd. A lot of new people, as always, when we see with these. But they were into it. We were going back and forth on all the matches, and I think everybody was kind of on the edge of their seat with us tonight. And if you were an Impact fan, AEW fan, hell, New Japan fan, just wrestling fan in general, because we heard about people with like I think RK had his dad who hasn't watched wrestling in a while was watching.
Oh, wow.
He had Slowpoke with the kids, like in bed with him. So
really,
it was like a generational familial.
Steve was on the watch along till 4 a.m. with you guys.
UK Steve.
He's hardcore.
Yep.
We are also co-streaming this, JAYBONE, correct? We are co-streaming with JAYBONE's channel tonight. This is a simulcast. Tell us about where we're at, JAYBONE.
Yeah, we're also on STP on YouTube. We had a great turnout. No matter where you watch from, thank you so much for tuning in, because this was history making. I'm sorry, let me just quiet it down.
Look at this. The phone's blowing up.
Phone's blowing up. That's like, I think the government's about to shut down or something because Kenny Omega took the title.
Yeah, nuts. So we're also on Smash This Podcast tonight, guys, which is JAYBONE's channel for all multi-platform wrestling podcasts and news and whatnot. So check him out as well on that.
The multi-universe,
it's a multiverse of wrestling is what JAYBONE does. But we're going to talk Rebellion. Real historic show. Aside from the main, which is a big one, right? We had some stuff in-house that happened too, which is great. Alicia, we finally had our Knockouts tag team belts get a little action tonight, which is good. Which is something we always talk about. We're
Spice it up.
Yes, it's finally nice to see that. So we got some title changes, in-house title changes, which are nice. Some belts that are actually going to stay in Nashville, Bill, at the Impact Zone.
There's not many these days tonight, but there are a few.
Nope. I dare anyone to try and come take Deonna Purrazzo's Knockouts.
That's not happening.
Bring it.
That ain't happening.
Bring it.
Deonna cemented herself as she's the knockout of this generation now.
She cemented herself the moment she walked in the door.
She's fantastic. Tonight she did an amazing job. I'm excited to talk about Deonna. We have a lot of people in the chat tonight, so welcome everybody. AEW fans, all new people coming in. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If those who don't know, we do this every week. We do throwback shows from the Asylum every Tuesday. We talk about the old TNA stuff, and every Thursday after Impact goes off the air, we do a post show. Right after it goes off the air, we do the whole Impact and XTV post show. So join us on Thursdays, especially this Thursday will be a very interesting one. And then JAYBONE, you talk AEW on Wednesdays on Smash This Podcast. So why don't you tell us about that real quick?
Yeah. Join me for pretty much whenever I'm not live here, I'm doing stuff over on Smash This Podcast. I cover AEW stuff along with some other stuff. I'm going to change it up this week. We're going to do some different stuff. We're going to do some unboxings, if you will. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Wednesday is going to be interesting. I'm not looking for people we were talking about right at the end of the watch along. What is going to be the response on AEW after all? And honestly, I'm not expecting anything. So for Impact fans who do watch AEW, I'm telling you right now, don't expect it. It's a taped show. They may acknowledge it in some short way, a blip of, oh, by the way, this happened with Kenny Omega. Beyond that, don't expect it. Seriously. And that's not it. It's a taped show.
It's a taped show, JAYBONE, but I'm going to hold them a little accountable. You have their production staff in that building, Kevin Sullivan. You have Tony Khan.
They're all there.
You have Kenny Omega. They're all there.
No
You
excuses.
can cut a 1 to 2 minute piece.
Yeah,
probably kick off Wednesday to say, and this past Sunday at Impact's Rebellion pay-per-view, Kenny Omega took this, blah, 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 blah. And he will defend it every week on there. So watch on Access TV.
No excuses. No excuse. But you know what? I'll tell you something. Speaking of acknowledging something, it's a special day today. Aside from what just happened on the pay-per-view, we got a birthday in the house to acknowledge too, by the way, guys.
My father-in-law and my niece. I can't believe you remembered, Trent.
Cut your mic, please. This is not about your father-in-law, your niece. This is about JAYBONE, everybody. It is JAYBONE's birthday today, so happy birthday, JAYBONE. I want everybody in the chat right now, take 2 seconds and just write happy birthday, JAYBONE, in the chat. Blow the chat up right now with the happy birthday, JAYBONE. I know you're all excited about Kenny Omega and all that happened. I get it. But just give JAYBONE a little shout out. The guy needs something. He doesn't have much. Give him a little something to hang his hat on today. So give him a happy birthday, JAYBONE. They're already coming in, JAYBONE. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. All right, great. So let's jump in.
Bell's boys,
wait.
Birthday is even tomorrow.
I think we even have candles for JAYBONE.
You got cans? JAYBONE, I got a
They're
can.
Tony Khan candles.
Here's the can. Blow this out, JAYBONE. There you go. Beautiful. That was magic. Wow. All right. Awesome. Happy birthday, Jay.
You don't have 47 of them though.
No, I don't. 47. It looks great. Not a day over 46, JAYBONE. Great job. Great job. Nice of you to make it this far, Jay. But let's jump in, guys. Let's jump into this. There was no pre-show tonight.
This gets into the whole thing.
Okay. Break this down. What do we got now?
All right. So initially, when this was a Saturday show, there was going to be a live countdown show.
Right.
They got changed. And John Burden, he confirmed with us on Thursday that it was now no longer the live pre-show. It was going to be a tape show, and it was This Is Rebellion from Tuesday. They were replaying, which they did on Fight. But then it conked out before it ended because obviously the This Is Rebellion had commercial breaks that weren't here. So it's probably about 45 minutes, but it ended randomly at like 38 minutes. Yeah. So then it was just like nothing, like there was no ending.
Okay.
And it took about 7 or 8 minutes, but with about 12 minutes before the show, they went live again with a match that was not advertised.
I'm seeing that.
I missed this match.
I missed it altogether.
If you weren't paying attention to the Twitter or just kept refreshing on your fight, you would not know that there was a Knockouts tag match, which I had an idea they were taping because during the celebration, Rosemary was in all of her getup. So I'm like, Rosemary's doing something today. And it was Rosemary and Havoc versus the return of Kimberly and Susan.
But that's weird because I had my fight on the TV app and it didn't play it at all.
Did you have the fight pre-show or the pay-per-view?
I had the pay-per-view purchase.
No, it wasn't on the pay-per-view.
Oh,
man. It was on the free preview.
Yeah.
2 different streams.
We got screwed out of
and you don't cross streams.
Crazy. Yeah. You don't cross streams. We learned that.
I had it on Access too, and then I had on the free one, but I wasn't seeing it, or I had the wrong one on. And then Bill was like, "There's a match on," and I thought he was screwing with me. And he was saying, Kimber's back, and I was like, "Now I know he's bullshitting." He wasn't though. Really, Kimber returned in a completely unannounced match that like 4 people saw, and I was like, "Oh man!"
How about this, real quick? How about this? If you, I figure a lot of people miss this. If somebody can have a link to that, if it's anywhere for us to view, can somebody share that link and let's share it with the whole team here?
Yeah, since it was free, I would imagine it might even be on Fight for free now. I'll look into it and see if I can find it. Hopefully, they put the whole match on YouTube.
Hopefully.
See if we can get that going here. I'd like to share that with anybody who missed it, myself included. So I'd like to see what's going on there. But real quick reminder, everybody, if you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, feel free or please subscribe. Hit a subscribe button. Hit the like button also on YouTube now. Takes a second. Just hit the like, or like to say, smash the like button. Smash the like button. So hit the like button. It takes. You're watching already. It's not going to kill you to do this. So just do it real quick. We're ready to review. All right.
I want to say thank you to John Burton, friend of the show, in the chat for the birthday wishes.
John Burton.
And yes, he's right. AEW really did nothing to promote this at all.
At all.
That's why I said don't expect anything.
We did more than
we did a lot. We did more than AEW did. Put it that way. This show did a lot more.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that, right?
I will say this for AEW. They did make it a pretty memorable birthday for me.
Yeah, I guess so. That's anything,
because I got a birthday wish from an EVP.
Really?
Oh.
I got a happy birthday from Cody Rhodes. So thank you, Bert. Thank
Get
you.
out of here, really?
That's so
No, that's
lovely.
legit. That's legit. That's no BS. Yeah.
He's like,
It's a shoot, brother.
Yeah, it is a shoot, brother. He said, "You happy birthday. We're taking your title away tonight." Shit. So Rose,
that's very thoughtful.
that is nice. That is nice.
I mean, it was one of those things where when they started the company, there was a few EVPs that sent out numbers saying, "Hey, connect with us. We want to connect with you." You get little updates throughout the week here and there from Cody Rhodes. Like, here's a picture of my dog, my beautiful wife. Here's me in my palatial estate. And it's like, or we're going live now on TNT. Just little things like that.
Nice.
And there's no way that I would have expected something personal to me. So that was pretty decent.
All right, fair enough. That's cool. Very nice. Happy birthday, Jay. Very cool. All right, let's jump into it, guys. So Rosemary and Havoc did defeat Kimber and Susan pre-show.
Yes.
So
I wonder what that's going to lead into, huh?
Yeah.
Susan.
Yep.
Wink, wink.
We'll see. That's leading to something. That's for sure.
No, you can't say wink, wink to me tonight, Alicia.
Oh, I can't.
During the main event, redheaded security guards standing next to Scott D'Amore.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Are you kidding?
I saw it.
It was worse than the hair security guard. This guy, done.
Are you kidding me?
Awesome. Ingrid. Oh, she's not here on the pay-per-view.
Get Ingrid in here and get her on that.
I'm gonna hear a story of a nervous tick or something, but he winked at the camera.
Oh, that was blatant.
So now the focus of my rewatch.
I look at security guards every move. So you better watch yourself.
Nice, shy smile.
Bill's favorite wrestlers are security guards and refs.
For those who don't know, we've with no shame roasted some of the security guards, some of the ring attendants, on Impact, and Ingrid, who was the.
Ingrid, all over this show.
All over the show. She got acknowledged.
I popped Bigfoot every time I saw Ingrid.
Yeah, she calls us out. She gives us a hard time for calling out the rookies. So this one, we're definitely going to call out. And Thursday, she's going to probably chap our ass for it. So we'll get to it. But
review the tape. It's all there.
I want to see this now. I got it playing.
Ingrid still has like 8 hours of work left before she goes to bed.
I got our Twitch specialist, Skull17, who's in the chat right now. Subscribe to his Twitch as well. He's in the room with me. We just hung out and watched the show. He's and he's got a little something to model here. Come over here real quick. Bring it over.
Bring Skull's sexy ass over.
He's dressed up today. Now that might look like an original, like a regular hoodie to you. But look at this. There it is.
It's over your head.
The brand new Total Nonstop Impact T-shirt available on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Oh, very nice.
Let's get a dance.
That is designed by Juan the Dead. Look at that. Beautiful. Very nice.
That is gorgeous.
Looking good there. Get out of here now.
Look how good it looks in person. Don't you just want to buy it?
It does look good in person, I will say. Very nice. So pick that up. All right, guys, let's jump into the show. It opened X Division title match. Ace Austin, champion, with Madman Fulton in his corner, with the tights that Mark hates he's wearing. He does not like those blue tights on him. But TJP taking on Josh Alexander. TJ came out with the broom, with that old school looking broom, huh, Mark? Yeah, that real like sweep broom, like the straw broom.
Yep.
I think
got one in my garage.
You got one.
It's for smooth surfaces like porches and garage floors.
I think you stole it from Kenny.
Well, yeah, that was my first connection. The show was going to end with a sweeper, a cleaner, and close with it. There was storytelling there.
Little bit. This match was incredible, actually. I really liked this match a lot. I remember several times throughout the match saying, I can't believe Ace Austin's 24 years old. I said several times throughout this match, my God, no matter how much people want to deny TJP, he really is damn good. Because it's Mark's complex that he goes through all the time with TJP. And Josh,
not a complex. I just don't like him.
But he's good wrestler.
For you. Oh yeah, he's fantastic wrestler. Fantastic wrestler.
And Josh Alexander was an absolute boss today. Holy shit, was he incredible today? Everything looked great on this one. I mean, these guys were just intense. Josh is a new X Division champion, and he looked great holding that title.
Called it.
Yeah, Alicia called that one. Oh yeah, J-Bone, do you have our guesses?
This was a
It
sweep.
was the whole crew called
We all
it.
said Josh.
This was a sweep. We all said Josh.
We all said Josh in the
And I'll
prediction.
tell you, it doesn't always happen. X Division, we always say that this guy should win it at the right time.
Yeah,
This was the right time. They didn't wait.
Right.
This was the right time to pop on Josh Alexander.
Am I crazy though? Did anybody think that Ace was going to cash in the trophy and win it right back?
Dude, that's what I've been thinking this entire time.
I had a feeling.
The trophy's going to be the trump card, yo. So
it's still there.
So, do we know if the trophy can be cashed in only for an X title shot? Is that what the trophy is?
It's just a title shot.
Trophy. So is it only for the X Division title?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because Rhino's Call Your Shot Battle Royal Gauntlet thing is for any belt he wants. If he wants to choose the Knockout title, presumably, I guess he could because it's for any belt. So
I think his is for just the X, and Rhino's is for any, I believe, right?
Okay, yeah. I think so. I think that's how it's going.
So no, this was awesome, man. I thought this was just absolutely. I mean, it's old school. It's an old school X Division kick off the show match.
Oh,
it did it.
Get old.
Go ahead, Jake. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Oh, I was going to say, it doesn't get old. I love it every time they do this because it sets the bar for the rest of the show. It's like, all right, mother truckers, follow that.
You can swear here, J-Bone. It's okay. You can swear. We got a lot of new people here. They want to hear the authentic us. Go ahead. It's your birthday also.
It's a family show.
It's not a family show.
Kid show.
Wait, authentic us. I'm not high though.
Yeah, but Mark's sober. It's great. What a day. No, this is good
Mark,
stuff.
you showed us the treehouse. What are you talking about?
I know, but I was like,
this is the good stuff.
Oh,
like
Mark, I'm
Mark
so
in the
disappointed.
I know. Go on.
I do like that. I love that his finisher is called Divine Intervention. I think that sounds awesome.
Cool.
I felt like I felt like it was like a neck breaker Divine Intervention today. He looked like he snapped his neck on that one today. But I was really thinking, I'm like, man, Ace is gonna cash this in like right now and take it back. But he didn't. This was it. Josh looked great though. I thought this was an awesome moment.
Well, I also thought it was interesting that Madman Fulton was out there too. Because there's been plenty of main events not main events, but you know what I'm talking about, title defenses where he came out with Madman Fulton, but then sent him to the back like, no, I got this. And I was like, because that was going to be very telling if he was going to stay or go. And he stayed. So I was like, it already wasn't looking good for Josh, but
yeah, it was.
Off.
He pulled it off for sure. It was good stuff, man. I enjoyed it. I'm really excited about it. So Josh Alexander, your new X Division champion. Good list of names to be next to. Question now, and just random thoughts in the chat you guys want to throw in there. Who's the next challenger? Who goes after it next? Do they put TJ back in, Ace, or is it somebody completely altogether new who comes in for?
TJ's been in the top of the scene now, including holding the belt for 180, 190 days. I think it's time to rotate somebody new in. I love, real quick, Josh's ground-based style really made this match feel different from every other triple threat X Division match we've seen.
It's awesome. It's a different dynamic.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Like TJP's kind of ground style that he's wrestling now does the same thing, but we've seen him a lot in the X Division. Putting Josh into this division and making him the champion like makes it so fresh. I really like this. Like this kind of opens the door up for that old concept of the X Division is for everyone. So now I say bring it. Put Big Cass in there or whatever his name was, Morrisey. Moz.
Oh, God. Well, that's next. Let's talk about that.
I missed this completely. I didn't know that he debuted. I didn't know it until he checked Twitter.
Wait a second.
I checked Twitter.
You know what that is?
What's that?
Pathetic.
I wasn't in the room. I didn't see. I had to run to the store at one point.
Likely story.
But before you close that, Chris Bay should be the challenger. He returned at Future Stars of Wrestling last night.
Yes.
I thought he was going to come back tonight because
did he really?
Come back.
Yeah.
But can I just say this in regards to Josh that I feel like this is a really good start to start building him up to move him into the next belt division.
Yes.
100%.
His flow right now is perfectly paced.
Yeah,
Yes.
he needed something to kickstart his singles career because he's been kind of it's there, but he really needed this.
Yeah.
And if you
Long
think about
overdue.
guys if you think about guys that you'd want to build a company around for a long time, not just now, Josh is definitely one of those guys. He seems like a long-term investment.
He absolutely is, and he just has that. He's a long-term guy. He gave an interview this past week about how he wants to end his career in the company. So
nice, you love hearing that.
I love that. I love hearing that. So this was, you do company man shit, you get company man rewards. So he's the New X Division champion. So next match was the Violent by Design against Eddie Edwards, Chris Sabin, James Storm, Willie Mack, and they announced at the top that this is officially announced that Eric Young is out. Injury there. We knew he tore his ACL. He's going to be out for a bit, but he's out there, which I knew when we called it. We knew he'd be involved. Like he's the type. He's not gonna, if he can walk or do something, he'll do that because he can still talk.
Proud as a peacock.
Yeah.
God damn right he is proud as a peacock. It's Eric Young, but he announces his replacement. So okay, I don't know about you guys. I didn't know his real. So it's Big Kaz XL, right?
Kaz.
Kaz XL
With a Z.
With a Z. I put Cass XL in the parentheses here, but
That's
it said Morrisey on the thing, and I'm like, oh, is somebody coming out to Morrisey? Like,
That's what I thought.
Weird choice.
That's what I thought. I'm like, who's gonna come out to a Morrisey song? That's like the most entrance music ever. And I'm like,
and then he canceled, and then
he canceled the shit. For anybody who knows Morrisey, that is a very perfect inside joke. But go ahead, Jay. You're more familiar with this guy than anybody.
Oh, this was great to see. So there were I'll say rumors. There were rumors that were spread out there earlier today that he was absolutely going to make his Impact debut at some point, either tonight or this week. So I took the liberty of not spreading that around because just you gotta take that stuff with a grain of
Let
salt.
people be surprised.
Yeah. So when I give kudos,
everybody wants to piss in someone's Cheerios.
You're right. They do.
Spoiler culture.
The one that broke it did not spoil it. Gary Cassidy was the one, and he broke the Good Brothers coming over. But he did not say who it was. He put it in an article. He said, "Spoiler alert! If you want to know the name, read it." Don't put it in the thread line.
Well, why put it anyway?
Everybody. Well, that's not it didn't happen yet. That was a scoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a taped result.
Okay.
But it has no, he found out. He found out, oh, this person's going to be here. And he didn't say tonight. He just said they're coming in.
He's on the company. Okay.
Yeah.
I personally, I thought I was, for just a minute, I thought Chris Hero maybe. I don't know. That's the one I was
hoping. I think that's what we're hoping.
because Rachael being there, we know he went down with her and hung out. Yeah. That was put out there. So, I mean, at least that was put out there. I don't know for a fact if he was down there, but I heard he'd been down there.
Maybe he'll be a part of the tapings.
You never know. You never know. I just thought it was be him. I don't know why. I was like, oh, maybe it's him. But I got to say this. I saw this guy once in WWE. That's it, because I don't really watch it, but he's fucking huge. Like, this guy is gigantic.
You can't teach that.
No, you cannot teach that shit. Like, that was ridiculous. Was that their line? Is that like the Cass and Enzo line? Okay.
Soft.
Well,
Enzo Amore, when he sees the guy on the stick, he's the promo guy. He's like, I'm Enzo Amore, and he would say his shtick, and you can't teach that. And he'd have thousands of people, you can't teach that. Deafening. And he said, and this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And it's like in the crowd
ate it
memorize
up.
It. Yeah, but boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing? So I really wanted Enzo to show up sometime tonight.
Surprised.
Well, maybe he's not far behind. Anything. Like, listen, right now we can honestly say anything could happen. I feel like tonight was a perfect reset.
Yes.
So let's see.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. it's and they've both of them, not just Cass, but they've both they've both risen above everything that was thrown at them since their departure from up north. Cass has come a long way. He looks like a freaking monster. He looks jacked as shit. He's unbelievable.
A giant. I was like mind boggled how gigantic this guy is.
Doering was looking up to him.
Right.
Yes.
He's bigger than Doering, right?
Wow.
What the hell?
He's bigger than Doering.
I didn't know they made people bigger than Doering.
Bring me fresh meat.
More like a lot of meat.
A meat mountain.
Just meat.
It's like a triple whopper.
So much protein.
It's a lot of meat.
The match was pretty intense. I did like it. I think Rhino looked nuts in this.
Rhino's new gear with the gold and the black and the VBD with
I'm
the
so
old school.
bummed I missed this.
Did you miss all this, Felicia?
I was at the. I had to go to the
Oh.
store. I missed this whole match.
Go back and watch this one. This one was intense. It definitely has some. The VBD wins. Question now is Morrissey part of the team officially? Or is he just there for a couple of shots until, or I guess 6 months till Eric's back? So
I think he's
is
part
it
of the
Stein?
show. I'm gonna assume. I mean, that's a pretty big role to kind of stand in for, and for
True.
as long as, like you're saying, Eric Young's out for a while with his injury.
6 months
So,
at least.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I just
He
thought it was
fits.
kind of weird.
I mean, I can just picture it fitting.
Okay.
He totally fits looks wise. I agree. It was kind of weird how they introed him, though. Did you catch the intro, Alicia?
No.
The backstage bit. So they like EY's talking to him, and he's like, "This is just a tryout to see if you're ready to be with us. You know, you're not."
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I missed
Yeah.
that.
So that makes me
I
feel like-
would assume he proved that he is indeed
I would think.
fitted out.
Yeah, that it kind of reminded me, for those of you that do watch AEW, they did a similar thing with Jeff Cobb where he came in to have a match as like an enforcer or something like that. And that's what this felt like to me. Maybe he was just coming in to beat some ass because he's a big, tough dude. But yeah, they won the match. So we'll see now. Like now we'll see where it goes. But I thought that was an interesting way to introduce him instead of saying like, here's our new guy. It was very, they made it very clear, like, hey man, I don't know about you yet, you know.
I'm curious where this goes, man. Honestly, like if it's, I mean, look, Eric's out. We know that he's out for 6 months. That's out there. It's public. So,
hey, and this dude's a great fit. He looks the part like crazy.
He fits with them. It's funny because Diener looked like the little guy now. You know, it's like Diener's just like it's all these giants and Diener. It's like shit. At least we had Eric. It's like two guys around the same size. No, two guys around the other size. Now it's like shit. Well,
but Diener's got a great look. Like
He
the
looks
more,
good.
the more I look at him,
yeah,
he just looks like he's like getting crazier and crazier by the week. They look in his eyes. Yeah. He's just got that.
The depravity.
He's like, I'm gonna eat your face off. It's like, what the?
I like it. This is good stuff, guys. I like VBD a lot. I definitely want to get a Bound by Design T-shirt. I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the gimmick. I'm in for a good faction. They're a cool faction. I'm all in for this. So, Bill, you have a VBD T-shirt at all?
I do not, but I would like to get one.
I'm putting an order in. I gotta get a couple of DVDs that are now in stock, so I'm gonna add that one to the list as well. So, I want to ask one thing: what was the reaction to Cass or Morrissey debuting? Because there's heat on Enzo. A lot of people have a little residual heat with Enzo. Does it bleed over to him? What did people say?
Pretty positive. There were a few people that I think did the association.
Right.
So warned as but it seemed like most people were open. I'd say maybe like a 70-30 split. But I think as the match progressed, they're like, man, that's a big dude.
He's a big guy, man.
Look at shape.
Monster.
The guy has the look. The first thing I said, that's a professional wrestler.
Yes.
Like Vince up north has to be like, why don't I have him? He's a monster.
You used to have him.
You used to. Well, get him
You
again.
had him.
Yeah.
Get him again.
That's like guys like Sid, Kevin Nash. Like that's that.
He had that look.
guy.
You're right. Yeah. Like just giant. He's cut up too, though. You know,
Eric
he's in great
Watts.
shape. Yeah, Eric. I mean, he's Eric Watts.
He surpassed Eric Watts at his first appearance just today.
Hey, Watts was a big dude. Also, come on, Watts had the size.
I'm a fan of Watts.
But no, awesome stuff, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I'm curious. They got me intrigued enough just based on visual alone.
Yeah, so. I'm a clean slate with this guy. I've seen a couple of pay-per-view matches, up north. He looks the part. Looks like he can go.
I want to share some. I don't know if I should share. I just said it for privacy reasons. But our good buddy Adam Impact sent me a great, awesome photo of his adorable daughter Emily, who's been on our watch along before with Big Cass. I don't want to show it just for privacy. He didn't say if I showed or not, but she's awesome. She's been on our show. If you guys remember, she's a totally adorable kid, and he just shared a photo of Big Cass and Morrisey with his daughter, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I saw him mention that in the chat a little while ago that he met him at a Milwaukee show, and he was really cool to him and his daughter. And you know what? I know people have the thoughts about the former Enzo as well, but I was at a show at Enzo, I was there with my buddy Dave and his kid, and Enzo must have taken at least 5 minutes talking to Dave's kid. So some of these guys, no matter what you see and hear about them, that they can be very nice. And that's a case right there.
It's a good case right there.
No one is one thing. No matter what you hear, no one is just that one thing. So.
True. But you are Uncle Mark, right?
Yeah, but I'm also marking the treehouse, marking from the block.
Forever, your Uncle Mark.
Yeah.
And just kudos again to Steve, who joined us for the watch along. He's still awake. It's like
5 a.m. for Steve.
It's almost 5 a.m. over there. He's a machine, Steve.
Steve, I'm going to give you this.
That's not how you handle your business. Calm down. Don't do this.
Maybe Steve's business is watching wrestling podcasts until 6 a.m.
That's right.
For those who don't know, Steve is part of the TNI UK team. Every Wednesday, brand new episodes. It's Steve, Bison, and Joe. They throw out a new episode breaking down the weekend impact, also like news and everything. They kind of little view from across the pond. So every Wednesday is the TNI UK episode. Steve is part of that team.
And Steve's not crazy, Trent. Me and you stayed up till like near 6 a.m. after Slammiversary.
We did. Me and Bill just bullshitting about Slammiversary. I mean, this would call for.
Yeah, we were live until like near 4 a.m. and then we stayed up for another couple hours.
That was bananas. That was bananas. Yeah, but
that was I don't know. The birth of After Dark.
It was, we'll make it a Slammiversary thing is what that's going to be. So this coming Slam will do the same thing. It'll be an all-night special for Slammiversary. Sorry, Bill, I just committed you to that. So hopefully it's on a Saturday and we can do. They did announce Slammiversary today. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, they did. I'm sorry, Slam is the show.
It's the show, 100%. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it in a second. We'll get to that announcement. It's Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. This was the Friends feud that they've been building up to. Cardona came out with Legion of Doom gear on. Did I see that right?
Oh, wow.
Was it Legion of Doom or Nasty Boys?
It was a cross between both. It had the Nasty Boys spray paint streaks in the Legion of Doom spikes. So it was basically Mania 7 is what it was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It actually was a tribute to my birthday because he had bones sticking out of his shoulder pads.
Was that seriously?
JAYBOne.
Was that seriously a Mania 7 matchup? Was that actually tribute to that?
The Legion of Doom beat the Nasties at Mania 7 for the titles. I'm guessing that's the influence here. If anybody knows otherwise, tell us in the chat because
great trivia.
I remember the match, and like I said, but you caught it. There was the Nasty Boys paint in there amongst the spikes. So I don't know. If there's anything other than that, somebody let me know.
Yeah, the paint was on the shoulder pads with the.
Yeah, it was like
actually it looked like dinosaur teeth sticking out.
It was weird. Yeah,
it was wild. I loved it. That I'd say that is gear of the evening, in my opinion.
It was interesting. It was very interesting.
We'll get into gear talk later, right, Mark?
You're damn right.
Gear talk coming up. Okay,
damn right we will.
What did you guys think of this? Was this a good one to cap it all off? This is a built feud about 3 months.
It's not
over.
Not over.
Why do you think it's not over?
Hopefully, it's not over based on what happens in the match.
Yeah, I expect this to go on. Go ahead, but we'll get to
elaborate on. What do you think? What are you guys thinking about this?
I just don't see this being the end. It didn't seem like an end.
Only the beginning.
Yeah, I feel like this is only the beginning. I honestly do. I think there's such a big story to tell here. I don't know if it's true that they never wrestled in 28 years or whatever they were hyping up, but a history that long is not meant to be wrapped up in 3 months of casual contact and a couple matches here and there, or one match. this could go to Slam. This could be one of those feuds that you come back to, Dreamer Raven style, where it just kind of lingers for a couple, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. It's been established. I love both these guys. Cardona's gear, that's a taste thing if you like it or not. But here, he looks like a star. That's how you show up to a pay-per-view. You show up, and then the dorks on the podcast talk about your gear for 5 minutes. That means you did your job, Matt Cardona.
I'll give you
your ass, bitch.
It's one of these instances where everybody needs to remember that wrestlers are also fans of wrestling.
Exactly.
Especially him and Brian Myers.
Big time.
And it shows. These guys looked great. What a fun match. They both got their shit in. The Cardona knee thing was really tough to watch back when they showed that again. But thankfully, he on Twitter, if you didn't see this, said that it's fine, or like it was just a bump or something, and thanks for your concerns.
Okay.
So that's great news coming out of this match, because I think that was probably the real question coming out of this match.
Yes.
What was going to be Cardona's status after this? Not within the company, but from an injury perspective. So I think the news there is going to be good.
He's saying hopefully just a scare right now, and that's hopefully what it is. But that does play into maybe a long term if they want to kind of shelve him for a little bit to prolong the storyline.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you the perfect stress test. The nurse was over watching this with us. She's never seen Cardona. Her first reaction was, "What's up with the gear?" But then she looked and she goes, "That guy looks like a star." She goes, "He looks like a big deal." Her first response was that. Like she'd never seen him before, but that was her first reaction. This guy looks like he looks like a big star.
He does,
and and that just he has that about him. So it translates to like even people who've never seen him. Your first time or watching the guy, it shows. So no, it's cool. I mean, Myers does win, gets the pinfall with the.
But we gotta say what happened during this match.
Oh yeah, break it down. Go ahead.
Well, they go outside the ring.
Yeah,
they get near commentary and they interact. Someone tries to use as a shield Ingrid,
our very own Ingrid. Yes, Alicia, you were not there to protect Ingrid's integrity. She almost got taken up.
And Ingrid looked, for the first time ever, she looked flummoxed.
She looked pretty scared, man.
I don't think she saw that coming. She did not see that coming, man. Poor Ingrid. I hope Ingrid pops in here, like just from her fun. I know Ingrid. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know Ingrid, who we're referencing, she is the floor manager for Impact, and she's always in the chat. She's probably the hardest working lady in the company. First in, first out at the arena. So she's probably worked busting her ass getting the whole arena set up for taping. So shout out to Ingrid. But is she in here?
We got some inside news.
John. Yeah.
John Burton, the host of BTI exclusive. What are we saying here, Bill? Read this out.
Don't be surprised if EY comes back sooner rather than later. He told me tonight he's ahead of schedule and no longer needs a brace.
Oh my God. This bastard out there.
What a warrior.
Guys,
MVP.
Those who don't know John Burton, he's the host of BTI. It airs an hour before Impact on Access TV. John, Gia Miller, Josh Matthews. It's great. It's worth watching just to see John break Josh's balls for an hour. It's awesome.
The Iceman's on that show too. The Iceman, who we were going to have as a guest last week, but he had some difficulty. However, Bill, why don't you fill him in on the Iceman status?
Yeah, the Iceman will return this Thursday on this huge Fallout episode on Access TV.
Good one.
So he will be here for the review, and he's bringing some swag to give away. Not only Iceman intel, Iceman swag. So
that's pretty
got to
cool.
be there for the Iceman on Thursday. And now we got Gia breaking news. We got the Iceman breaking news. And now John Burton's
breaking news now. Look at this guy.
Crazy.
John is a radio host in Nashville, and he does a little bit of everything, to be honest. But he also has a lot of Impact talent on his show. John, if you're still in here, can you put your link up again? Or if you're looking to hear your interviews with Deanna and Gail and everybody who comes through, I want you to share that. You can hear some archive stuff that he's got. He gets them all in there too, guys. So check out John's show and connect with John. I'll put your Twitter and everything in there.
Good stuff.
Awesome. So we'll see. Myers does win after shenanigans, after almost taking Ingrid out, which is terrible. We go to the back.
Wait. Can we give some props to Cardona for finishing that match?
Yes.
He was down and injured and clearly said finish this match and took 2 finishers to finish the match. So that's a big thing to do in a pay-per-view like this, such a big moment. So like all the props in the world, Matt Cardona.
I think we're all convinced we want Cardona long term. He's already showed that he's a valuable member of this roster for a number of reasons. But seeing what he did in this match, because a lot of people, he could have just ended it. And the ref kind of gave him the X. You could have just said, okay, match over, storyline to be continued. He's like, no. And if that was the finish, we will never know. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was an audible. And then it's like, hey, Brian, get that win. Look good.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And that was cool how he used his girlfriend's finisher in the match.
Yes, which they even named the hot mess.
Yeah.
They even said
Striker
the hot
called
mess.
it a hot mess. Yep.
She tweeted it
now,
too. She called it
you
out.
You have to say, though, you called out something that he said twice, Striker, though. For all the good, we got to say something he did wrong.
Yeah. He did. He called Myers Hawkins twice.
We got to give Alicia, you're off the hook.
That's true. Alicia, you're off the hook. Zach even says in here, you're off the. Zach will call it out too. He said
Striker did it twice on TV.
Yeah, you're good. Awesome. That's funny. There was an interesting segment in the back. This one had me a little skeptical when this happened, though. It's Tony Khan, Tony Schiavone, Jerry Lynn, Aubrey Edwards, who's AEW's head referee. They show up backstage. Khan says Edwards will be the referee for the main event, hypes up AEW a lot, and goes through the whole bit. DeMore says, no, I got the referee under control. It's going to be our guy, Brian Hebner. And Khan says, oh, Brian Hebner, he wouldn't screw anybody, which I thought was a good line.
That was a good line. Hey, shout out to Coach coming in here defending the company.
And he goes, and he's like, DeMore says, no, after that, we'll have two referees then. Two referees out there. Khan's a little annoyed with it, but he goes with it. So this
I'm firm, but I'm fair.
Damn right. He is. But it had me a little skeptical because I'm like, this is smelling of shenanigans, as Bill says. This is shenanigans all over. And there's a moment in the match where it's shenanigans central. We'll get to that. But go ahead. Oh, yeah, you know.
We'll get into it later.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But it was interesting because I was like, okay, it should be the in-house ref. I get why they're saying it. But all right, we'll take it from here and we'll see where it goes. All right, Knockouts Tag Team title match. It's Kiera and Tasha Steelz, champions. And they come out with they don't come out against their opponents, Jordynne Grace and Rachael Ellering, who introduced Jazz as their manager, which I thought was badass.
That was awesome. Now, Bill had a very interesting take on what he thought was going to happen.
I think I'm with Bill on this, but go ahead.
Yes,
Bill.
and I feel there'll be a rematch, so I'm still going with it. But it just seems, because remember, Jazz, when she came, she wanted to win those titles. So like she had big expectations, and they didn't happen. She could blame Jordynne for that. So it would be something to see her turn on Jordynne, especially, and to join the Faya and the Flava. And
that's what I thought.
You put Jazz with Faya and Flava, who already could talk, but then you have the presence of a Jazz with them to kind of help in some underhanded tactics. I think that just, if she doesn't want to be in ring, fine, but Jazz could extend her career for years as a heel manager.
I think so, man. Because Jazz almost, she looked kind of like a heel manager today.
She came out looking like it too. I really thought with the sunglasses inside, Corey Harding us. Oh, come on.
Good reference. She looked great as a manager. She was cool in that role. But you're right. I was like, man, this smells like a turn. This smells like a turn, But she didn't do it. Jordynne and Rachael win the Knockouts tag belts. It's a title change. It's some action. We didn't get many title defenses, though, out of these two, which still bothers me. But maybe we do get something on TV. If Jazz is in as a manager, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for Jazz being a manager here.
This is quite the upset. I said this in the preview the other night on TNI and on my podcast, Cheap Plug. Smash This podcast.
It's no longer cheap, JAYBONE. When we do, it happens every week. It's not a cheap plug.
Is this like an AEW paid advertisement?
This is what this is. This is a Tony Khan paid ad. Is what you're doing with us here.
Well,
I'll tune in. I'll check it out.
Yes.
So that's all you need to know.
Yeah. But this is quite the upset because no matter how many defenses Kiera and Tasha had. The fact that this is the first time that Jordynne and Rachael Ellering have been together as a team. To my knowledge, like I said, I'm still looking to see if maybe they were together on the Indies a handful of years ago or something before Rachael went up north and before Jordynne joined Impact Wrestling. But I don't think it's there. If it is, I don't know about it. So this is quite the surprise. They had a great amount of chemistry. It was shocking.
They did. My only thing is, I'm kind of weird about it's the first night in the company and she gets a belt. There's a room, locker room full of knockouts, man.
Well,
and I get. Go ahead, Alicia. I want to hear from Alicia.
You already know what I'm gonna say, and it's basically, well, this is what happens when you get rid of all your tag teams.
Yeah,
who else was gonna take it? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. They got rid of Nevaeh, so that team is gone. So it's like, who else is gonna team up? And that bummed me out because I'm like, there's a whole locker room of knockouts that could have been put into the spot. Impact's always been branded with like they always give the former WWE person a title on their first night in the company, and it kind of gets to me sometimes. I don't want to see that happen as often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm
with you. I'm with you in this instance. Everybody knows I'm a big Fire and Flava fan. All of us are. But I did predict this because we needed a change up in the Knockouts tag division. I don't know. Ellering, she looked all right, but she looks young or green-ish. Not super.
She's not though. She's been at it how long? Ellering's been at this for
at least a handful.
Well, yeah, she was back in 2017 with TNA.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Maybe she just needs some time to adjust, or maybe I just wasn't seeing it. I don't know. I mean,
if she's still that young, 17, but even prior to that, she probably did a little bit.
Yeah, she's in her mid-20s, I guess.
5 years. Mirror's saying 5 years she's been at it.
And
I'm still young then.
I'm not slagging her off. I didn't say she was terrible. I enjoyed the match a lot. I thought it was actually a really good match. I love all Fire and Flava matches. These two are entertaining and fun.
Match, yeah,
bell to bell. I love all the tandem offense on both sides.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the booking at the end. I love seeing Jazz out there. Overall, it's a great match. I really enjoyed it. I just didn't like the finish, but we'll see what happens from here. The division is just division. Knockouts tag team division is in a lot of disarray, and I just feel like he clutters it up more unless they refeud Fire and Flava in a return match. And
something good's gonna come from this. We just gotta wait for the return show.
Let's see what happens at the tapings.
Yeah, I do want to say this though. I don't know if it was intentional or anything, but Rachael Ellering's gear was giving me old school Sonya Blade vibes.
Totally.
And
was that what it was?
Because the new Mortal Kombat movie came out this weekend, so
she probably did. I'm guessing she did it on purpose, then, right? That has to be.
I don't know because it was like blue and everything. It was like an alternate version, but it was like old school Sonya Blade version, like Mortal Kombat 3, something like that. It was cool.
That's cool. That is very cool.
And they did match. Blue and blue.
I like that. That's one thing the nurse pointed out too. She's like, "Oh, it tagged in the matches. That's kind of cool."
I want to point this out about all the tag teams tonight. Really pulled it together as far as having matching gear. I feel like that is a chef's kiss touch to your team. It's important. Have individualized versions, of course, but match, please.
100%. Look like
maybe they come with a name on Thursday.
I need to know you're on the same wavelengths. You know what I mean?
Yes. Now I'll say this though. Despite the early title win for her and everything, she worked her ass off in there. I will give her that tonight. Rachael, I think she was one of those moments like I got to take I have an opportunity. I'm going to take my moment, and she did. Sure. She looked good.
I'm excited to have her around.
She's energetic. She's got an enthusiasm. So why not? I want people who are glad to be there, kind of thing. So
I welcome
good for
any
her.
New knockouts. I hope we get more and more and more.
We need them, man.
C-stars. We need the C-stars.
Let's get the C-stars back.
If there's C-stars were mentioned on the celebration when they said a team to bring in. They both agreed C-stars would be a team they'd like to see brought in. Jordynne and Rachael said that. But
that's cool.
It should be said that Scott was interviewed in the past week, and he is alluding to a Knockouts program at some point.
Yeah.
Another TV show, Impact Plus special.
You need it.
But
you need
more
something.
focus on the Knockouts. So with all the belts, maybe a bigger roster could be in the future.
You know what WoW used to be, take that hour slot on Access.
That's I think always been the rumor that they replace WoW.
Okay, that could be it. That could be very well be it. So new tag team champions, Rachael, Ellering, and Jordynne Grace. This was the last man standing match. Sami, Callihan, Trey, Miguel. I love the entrance by Sami on this, by the way.
Yes.
Something was different here. The effects were different.
The music was loud.
It was louder, but they added more effects to the screen. So they had more digital going around. And
that was dope.
The flashing, he's grabbing the camera, he's doing all this on the camera with the two different cameras. He was fired up from the beginning. And that's Sami. Yeah. He was fired up on our show if you want to go back and listen to that. But he's fired up always. And he looked, again, as everybody knows, despite the feud I have with Sami Callihan,
look at this dumbass.
Which is exactly what he said to me. Exactly what he said to me.
If he just beats you up and takes your milk money every
Pretty
time
much. It's not really a feud.
It's
kind of a one. It's like being a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. But he looked phenomenal. This match, I think Mark and I were texting during this. Probably. I mean, at this point it was match of the night. In my opinion, this is nuts.
This so good.
So
great match.
Because I don't like the ending of the main event. This was my match of the night.
This was awesome, man. This had something very special to it.
Especially for a hardcore match. These two really know how to tell a story with each other. I was in every moment, just like attached, eyes glued to the screen, seriously. And that spot where Trey went on the bar of the table, man. You see how quick he bruised up from that?
Dude.
I didn't see the bruise.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
There was a line across his back.
It reminded me of that spot that Ace and Eddie did when they were feuding over Lish.
They did the reverse table.
They did a neck breaker, on the underside of the table. Yeah,
they did do that. You're right.
This match was so full of amazing spots. The only question I have is, were the tables made of petrified fucking wood?
They wouldn't break.
Yeah, they were Japanese tables.
They were big time New Japan Japanese tables. Man, oh man, they wouldn't break.
They never break. That's what I hear.
The legs on that, the one in the ring that the Cactus Driver went through, the table didn't break at all. The fucking metal bent up.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you're right. The legs just bent.
If you're watching this back, we're gonna need new props before somebody dies.
That was intense, man.
You don't hit the sweet spot like a baseball bat.
You just gotta land on things like right way, but sometimes it's just hard,
Even on the outside, they used that other one, and it didn't break again. And I was like, "Oh my god, these guys are gonna die."
You just gotta keep going and pull a Sabu and just keep going until it breaks.
Yeah, pretty much. What's what Sabu used to do? He would if the table didn't break, he'd break it and then he'd leave the year. I mean, if it didn't break, he'd go through as many times as he needed to, break the damn table and then leave.
The Philly crowd would have let him leave without breaking tables.
I mean, he was like, I put himself in such a hard spot by doing that. It's like I'm a victim of your own success, I guess. Shit.
Has anyone ever seen a gigantic crescent wrench used in a match before?
That was brutal, man. The whole he put a wrench in his mouth and he's
I hope it was at least new and clean.
I felt like this was it was shiny. It wasn't rusty. I felt like this was a little nod because a lot of people saw the preview to season 3 for Dark Side of the Ring, where they showed it's a who's that guy from CZW?
Nick Gage,
guy.
Gage.
GCW.
Nick Gage. Nick Gage and Moxley is talking about a match that he had with him over 10 years ago, and talking about taking the pizza cutter to his mouth.
Oh yeah.
So I felt like this was a nice little nod to that. Sammy saw that clip. It was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to do it with a big fucking wrench.
At least it says MDK one more time, and it won't be a kick show because you got to repeat a non-kid friendly line.
At least that's something to tell you.
I was gonna say John Moxley was probably there for that. Wait, no, Sami was probably there for that.
Yeah,
in the back.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
So
probably.
Do these guys really end this here? Because even though it was a big last man standing match that pulled out all the stops,
no,
I feel like there's a whole lot of story here.
It's
still
not over.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I think it turns into a mutual friendship now, right? Like he respects the fight, the passion came out. Trey won. Sami's like, well, okay, that's the passion I was looking for, and that's it. Maybe
That's the thing. A last man standing match is usually something that ends a feud. So it's going to be, I don't know where this goes. Does it stay a feud? Does it become a bonding? I don't know.
What does everybody in the chat think?
Together.
They have. What does everybody in the chat think? Let's sound off on that. Also, a couple new listeners identifying themselves in the chat. Like, welcome, guys. Thank you for finding us. The numbers are looking nice, so we see there's a lot of new ones in here. So welcome to everybody hanging out. Cool. We're that was awesome, and I think at this point, this is story. There was a couple of spots in here that took a little bit of setup, like I think the table, like they really took their time. And it was like I wanted them to kind of go into something else at that point. Like I don't know, I felt like there was a few that were just like we were going too far with a couple that they could have done other stuff with, but that's just personal preference. I don't think it was bad in any way. Yeah. So. Awesome match though. Either way, it was a lot of fun to watch, and I think they both came out looking strong. Bottom line.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So the one part where Sami squeezed up on Trey's
his nuts. I think Swag Fan says he said, "Oh damn."
Him first though, like who remembers the sequence of events for that?
I don't remember this.
Like it's pivotal.
They were on the outside on the stairs. I know that, but.
I don't remember what happened.
And I just remember Trey's face. We need to make the next time we have a Trey soundbite, his face right there needs to be the still shot.
Somebody get that.
I have seen that penis.
I have seen that penis.
Sammy's touched that penis.
Hey, you train together and all sorts of things, right? Yikes. Good stuff. We go backstage. Rich is with Gia Miller. Rich was extremely sweaty or just got out of the shower. One of the two. He was very dripping with charisma or sweat. But great. It's probably one of my favorite Rich promos. He looked very, very believable. It was a shot looked cool. The belt's shining. He looked great. Basically just talking about his match against Kenny. And he basically said, if you're going to come to my house, take away my prize, you got another thing coming. So setting up the main, but good interview altogether. It looked strong. Anything comments on this, anybody? But
I thought he was going to say, you think you're going to come into my house and shit on my floor? I
said, fuck that.
I said, fuck that. No, I'm just kidding. But that, God, what a speech, man. Every time good. Rich gets on the mic, man, you just feel the vibe he's putting off, and it's electric.
He's believable, I believe in Rich Swann, right? Like there's an authenticity to him.
I feel like he's even surpassed that. You can't just say he's believable. He's the real deal. Like,
yeah.
Period.
No, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. So no, I'm a big Swann fan. I think he looked great here. So kudos to Rich. He busted his ass today.
He keeps it simple.
Kudos to Rich Swann for putting the Impact World Championship back on the map. It's been a long time since we had a champion as good as Rich Swann at the top. This run's been great.
Especially one that was like stable like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When's the last time we had 6 months worth of real stability with the champion who you knew wasn't going to leave immediately after he drops it and has defended it, has been like the underdog, has been the comeback story of the year. This Rich Swann run has been a gift. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
I'd say it's absolutely recovered from the whole debacle of Brian. I still love Brian Cage, but the whole, him being injured with the title and then the whole, Tessa debacle. Yeah, I would say it's completely done a 180 recovery from within the last couple of years.
I'm glad you're happy about it, J-Bone.
Turn that frown upside down, my man.
Good.
But credit to Eddie Edwards, Eric Young. They stabilized
it
as well.
They did.
Eddie and Eric were the stabilizers for it. You need that to really set it back into place.
And no disrespect intended to those two dudes. I just meant
this was a longer run.
Yeah. But Eddie was the stabilizer after the debacle. You needed the reliable guy, Eric, to be the counterpoint to him and get it transition over to Rich. So it was the last three have been great. I gotta say, it was a perfect setup. So. Good stuff. Speaking of titles, next match was the FinJuice. David Finlay and Juice Robinson taking on the Good Brothers, Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Tag Team Championship on the line. Again, another matching gear. FinJuice had matching gear, Alicia.
Very matching gear. Very loud matching gear.
I can't. Is it
cool,
like
though?
It's like a new wave inspired type of like 80s kind of color.
It's like when new wave had a second run in the 90s.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fantastic.
It was this one surprised me though, because I really thought this was going to be the over dominating like of the AEW whole elite, all that stuff going on. I thought this was going to be the Good Brothers taking it back, but it wasn't. FinJuice retains here, which is totally not what I thought was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And it was a fun match too. It was definitely
going to happen.
These are two really good teams. Both these teams can work.
Skull and I in here were watching, and we both had the same reaction to Gallows. The goofiness today. He was a little too goofy today. Mm-hmm. And my
cocktail hour, brother.
Yeah, my take was, you're coming in this to get your belts back. These guys beat you. You should be pissed up. There should be no time for happy-go-lucky, silly.
It was the red herring match because I felt like before leading into this on Twitter, a lot of people are saying, well, if Anderson and Gallows lose, then Kenny's for sure going to lose.
Oh, okay.
I say, nay, sir.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Well, yeah,
I thought that too, though.
I mean, I felt the same way that the elite was going to walk out with all the titles. You know,
but
maybe they did it on purpose that way to not make it look
I was going to say, though, to add on to that, I feel like this is going to add on to something in regards to the Good Brothers having some sort of falling out. Walking with Kenny Omega and the Invisible Hand seems to be a very thin line. And it seems like it's really easy to fall out of line with them. And I feel like when all this started, they already kind of put that idea that it's possible that there could be some murky waters for that team in the future. And
it's like you guys didn't get it done. Kenny did.
And ever since day one, Kenny's been kind of throwing it at Anderson because Gallows was. Wait, am I getting them mixed up?
No, you're right. You're right.
Shorter one.
Yeah.
The one with the
2012 G1 finalist Karl Anderson.
Yeah, he does throw those little shots at him. You're right. From day one, he's always
from day one. He's been doing it, and now knowing how they run and knowing the Good Brothers lost the belt match again, I feel like that's going to play key to this whole division.
When Alicia started talking. When you started talking, I thought you were crazy, and by the end, I believe you 100% because it makes so much fucking sense. Because because over on AW, for those that don't watch, which is a lot of this panel too, the Bucks just turned heel and joined the whatever club this is, right?
They're calling it the elite now. They're kind of getting away from the Bullet Club. Yeah,
the elite bullets. Is that what we are? The elite bullets?
Wait, I'm going to lose this. So if the Good Brothers do get ousted, they become purely Impact guys, and that becomes the onus, or that leads them to New Japan to get these belts back.
Yeah.
Which I like. So I think Alicia's right, even though
it did sound crazy, but I'm glad you guys, hung around to the end.
I can't remember. It was really, you had me here, and then you took me way up, and then way back down.
I like the surprise.
I like that. That's a long-term story. I dig it.
Yeah,
I dig that.
I think it's more they don't need the belts, even though I thought they'd win them.
Mm-hmm.
But this we'll see later when we get the Slammiversary reveal. That's where it all makes sense to me.
Okay,
I think this is just to leave it open until, I think that's just the thing now. If that could have closed the door on New Japan for a while, if FinJuice lost, now I think the door is being totally broke open on Impact.
Blown open, wide open.
Yeah, we'll go over later, but I think you're going to start seeing a big contingent.
It's the express door now.
It is
the express door.
It's just going to be a revolving door now.
Yeah. The revolving, not so forbidden door.
So do we Johnny Swinger start making comments about all the pay envelopes and everything else from Japan?
Pay windows, daddy. Come on, all that stuff.
So do you think we see the Impact titles defended in Japan now this time? Because they didn't defend them last time.
No, you get it now. You have to at this point.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, I would think so.
It'd be great. It also would be a great way to get New Japan back to Access TV, because then you film that footage and you put it on Access TV as a little, hey, guess what? There's stuff going on over here for those of you that don't know.
That's
if you
true.
don't know, now you know.
Now you know, man. That's it. Interesting. We'll see where that goes. I would like to see it defending Japan, though. That'd be nice.
I will say this about to just counter your little attack there, Trent, on the Good Brothers. It's called swagger.
I'd like to play a game of Don't Blame Me, J-Bone. Don't blame me, J-Bone. I'm just calling. I calls it like I sees it, my friend. Don't.
Because I said this during the watch along. It has inspired Doc Gallows. Look, even Oreo's losing her mind again. Doc Gallows has inspired the Bone to get a dangly on his earring. Get the
I said he needs to have a long feather, J-Bone.
Oh, Lord. Wow. Thanks a lot.
Wow.
J-Bone.
Bro, J-Bone, listen to me. Man to man. Bro, you got the Brian Alvarez thing going on. What's going on over there with the headphones, bro? What's going on there with the thing? J-Bone, talk to me.
I don't know, though. I can confirm J-Bone's not crazy. The dangly earring for men is back. It's in.
Is it? Wait, this is actually in? Like, this is a thing right now?
No, yeah. All the young TikTok boys, thirst trappers are doing it. It's becoming a thing. It's back.
I saw one of them TikTok.
Jiminy Christmas.
That's a TikToker right there.
Fuck away, guys.
That young Bone right there used to have a crescent moon hanging halfway down here.
You what?
I like your style, J-Bone.
That's another one.
Full-grown Bone.
Put that in the bank. We're gonna rip on him for that one later, Bill.
So
Make sure you remember that.
Boomer.
So just to keep it real, I'm gonna dig into my old fish tackle box and get out something just to hang there.
J-Bone, if you don't show up on Thursday dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow, I think you need to find a new job.
Wow.
Wait,
wow.
We get paid for this?
No.
Whose uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get their uncle for real.
Somebody call Kyle. We need Kyle here. This is totally broken down. This is broken down to shit post pay-per-view. Kyle, get your ass in here.
Can I just get my ear pierced? Can I just get my ear pierced first?
If you show up with any of that,
or not at all. No,
I'm playing nothing but that clip for an hour. Whose uncle is this?
How about nipples? Should we get the nipples pierced?
No, because you run the risk of losing.
Hey, Slowpoke might give a lot of bits for that.
Moving on.
Who booked this?
Exactly.
Totally broken down. Zach Morris moment, big time. Give me control so I can Zach Morris.
Can we get Mark control in here? We'll do that. We'll do that later. Mark, okay. Let's move on.
I just want Zach Morris. That's all I want.
You want the Zach? Give him the Zach Morris. Jesus Christ. Where's the Zach Morris here? Let's give Mark to shut this bastard up. Here we go.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Fucking terrible.
I demand that we get a Joey Lawrence. Whoa.
We need a Joey Lawrence wall.
I've actually started Blossom recently. I don't know what you guys are watching right now, but I have started Blossom. You too, Alicia?
I love Blossom. I watched it when it first aired. That's how old I am.
I served her at a restaurant. I served her at a restaurant in the late 90s in California.
Jealous.
Yes,
Mad crush on 6. If you didn't have a crush on 6.
Yeah.
I used to want to talk like her. It was crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sitcom Review with Total Nonstop Impact.
This was a wrestling review. It's dissolved into chaos. Back to business, fellas.
Even chat's giving up.
They're giving up. They're we just lost 6 listeners. It's out of here.
I like this dude Natter guy, though, while we're off topic anyways.
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
I thought, if anything, the sound bites would intrigue the new listeners who are leaving in droves.
Total Nonstop Impact, where we talk about wrestling and other shit.
Random shit. All right, back to the show.
Okay, all right.
It's literally funny. Like we can see, like there's like a somewhat accurate live ticker that we get to see here, and like 6. The second we went into that, like 6 listeners dropped out of here. Like
that's because they've seen this before.
We're talking about wrestling in here.
What?
I want to talk about Irish
or not?
Yeah.
Was the haters going to say we're trying to get ourselves over or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know how that works, but
I don't know. But we'll go on. Knockouts tag title match. No, before that, backstage, Gia was with Kenny Well, she tries to get with Kenny. She goes to knock on his locker room door. Don Callis comes out. He's like, hey, he's busy. Doesn't have time for you right now.
Of course.
And he's like, we're living history right now, Gia, right now. And I can taste it, is what he says. And he says, I've written it, so I know how it's going to play out. And he said, we're closer than blood, me and Kenny. And I basically continues to say the Swan, his family, all the other wrestlers, they're not going to be out there to help him. They're not going to be out there to help Swan.
Not going to help him and 10-year-old Kenny.
Nope. He's going to fall to Kenny Omega and he's leave with all the gold.
Wait. We got it. I got to call this back.
Yeah, what's happening?
This is legit. Are you,
what's happening?
Is that legit?
What happened?
That's not a fake account, right?
Where are we at here?
No, that's
Who's
fake.
in here?
That's got to be fake.
Who's in here?
Fake.
Mrs. JAYBONE is in the chat.
Mrs. Jables in
For
there.
real?
So what'd she say? She's been in here before. Yeah. How many holes should I give him? Oh my goodness. That's Mrs. J-Bone. Mrs. J-Bone gets the shotgun of the night, the machine gun of the night. I think that's
right.
And the power. Yeah.
Here's the Mrs. J-Bone. She gets the machine gun. That is Mrs. J-Bone. She's been in here before. She's been in here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Love you, sweetie. Go back to bed.
Only if you do it with a block of ice and a sewing needle.
She's gonna come in here and beat me with a frying pan.
Can we take a treehouse break? Real quick?
Relax. I got like 2 more matches, Mark. Take it easy.
All right.
Shit,
All right.
I'm gonna need one.
Deonna Purrazzo defending the Knockouts Championship against Tenille. Deanna's out there with Kimberly, who's back tonight. Kimber and Susan. And Deanna's out there with Caleb with a K. This Mark, I like how you put this earlier about Deanna. You said something about this very particular about this match.
I don't remember going.
You said she's incapable of having a bad match whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just not possible. We have now seen her work every style, every age from early 20s to almost 50. We've seen her work tag. We've seen her work trios. We've seen her work as the champion. We've seen her chase. We've seen her wrestle submission. We've seen her wrestle people that can move faster, that are stronger. She's the fucking best. Like, I don't even know where you go. Deonna Purrazzo is so fucking perfect. Maybe she should just retire because outside of Thunder Rosa and Sheeta, I can't see people that I want to see. Deonna destroys everyone. Like, I know I'm just fucking ranting, but she's so good. Like, I've been really hard on Tenille, and Tenille has been improving, but her in-ring work has never impressed me. Tonight, not only did Deonna call and carry a good match, but she drove Tenille to step her own personal game up, and Tenille looked fantastic in this match.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted a squash with the Venus de Milo early and a couple of broken arms. What I got was a really good 12-ish minute match out of Tenille Dashwood. Deonna Purrazzo is the greatest, and if you don't think so, like, you're wrong.
Dude,
that's my take on this match.
She delivered for sure. Like you said, she brought the best out of Tenille. We've been pretty hard on Tenille on this show. I don't know if Bill has. Bill's nodding his head. I have been pretty hard on Tenille on the show for sure. But
we've been critical.
We have.
Yeah, we have.
And I think, but like you said, I think today was probably the best
Deanna's
performance.
overrated.
Who said Deanna's overrated?
Somebody in the chat. You need to get out of here.
Come on, man.
She's the knockout and the wrestler of the year.
She's here. Okay, I'd like to know. You know, I'd like to be fair. Why do you think she's overrated? You know what could you say?
Yep.
What is the reason? Because everything she's done in her run has completely lived up to the standard.
Just back it up.
Far surpassed her hype.
Yeah, and when you can bring,
she came in with this much hype, and she's the greatest in the world now.
When you're a wrestler who can bring the Tenille to me was a very basic wrestler. You know, it's not her first love, right? Tenille, we know that.
Yeah,
she's a paint by numbers type of sequence wrestler. She does the moves she's been taught to do. When somebody like Deonna can bring her out of that shell and get a match like tonight out of her, that to me is where you're not overrated. You are an absolute ring general. That's why I liked her. That's why I think I'm like that. You cannot deny Deonna when you do that to your opponents. And I think she delivered tonight, man. She did.
Here's the thing. Let me just say this about.
Sure.
If Deonna is overrated, how come she's never had a bad match? Doesn't matter the opponent.
And that's unbiasedly saying that.
Doesn't matter the opponent. When she came in, I was go back and listen to the shows I was on at the time. I was talking heavy shit about Deanna when she joined this company.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own little.
We all did. Yeah, me and Alicia were pretty heavy on her
all
when
of
she
us
first
were
came in.
critical of her. You could put her in the ring with anyone and get a banger main event match. There are not a lot of women. There are not a lot of wrestlers out there that are on that level of consistency. And Deanna Purrazzo is consistently a 10 every time, without fail.
She's totally committed to her craft, because that's the one that I've been lucky enough to watch a lot on the indies as she was coming up.
Yeah, she's in your guys' area, right?
Yeah. She was doing Jersey, Philly, New York, and she's the one that just advanced so quickly up the ladder from like what her skill set was 4 or 5 years ago to what it is today. It's just a totally different person, honestly. And she's just put it all together. Like, really, it'd be tough for me from what I see to name a better female performer, but I'd say she's just one of the top performers in general. Like that they went Wrestler of the Year when we were watching that. I'm like, they should, and they did, because she really is. Like she's just so consistent. She's just one of the best performers in wrestling today.
She's got passion.
She does got
passion. Got passion. It's true.
She has everything. Her toolbox is full.
Yep.
Like, I mean, the only thing that I've heard levied as a criticism, and this isn't even legit, is that her voice is annoying. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like,
but it's got something in it. Like her,
it's just motion.
Yeah, she's got emotion. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and that's what people don't want. Yeah, if you want a stoic, non-emotional promo, go watch Up North.
Yeah.
She reminds me of a young Gail Kim, honestly. With Gail, 2007, 8, 9, 10, Gail Kim, who became that origin and leader of the Knockouts. Deanna has that same energy to me. She brings that same style like Gail did.
We did get a response back.
Here, let's hear it.
Okay.
She's not bad, but she's treated like the next coming, and I don't see it compared to someone like is it? How do you pronounce it?
Okay. Hold on.
No, sure.
I'll address this. Okay, Io Shirai is fantastic.
Io Shirai,
Sasha Banks. Oh, those are all great matches. Shida Tay, are you kidding me? That was a good match.
Yeah.
Go back, Slammiversary last year, Deanna Purrazzo, Jordynne Grace, or fast forward 2 months to Emergence, Deanna Purrazzo, Jordynne Grace, Iron Man match, 30 minutes.
Yeah. And Alan, unbiased speaking, check that out. Yeah.
Probably just hasn't seen him.
Deanna Purrazzo, Su Yung at Turning Point, fantastic. Deanna Purrazzo, Ty Valkyrie at Hard to Kill. Deanna Purrazzo, Rosemary at Final Resolution. Check all of those out.
Mark's memory is incredible.
He knows
the matches, but he knows the names of the shows.
That's the thing, yeah.
You know, I love Impact, but I will defend Deanna. She's my fucking Bill's Moose. This woman is the second fucking coming of wrestling.
But he's right though. It's like, and I get where he's coming, but you need to watch those matches to objectively see your comparison.
I've seen every match he named, and they're all good. I love all those matches. Thunder Britt, I told you, Trent, I thought was match of the year this year so far. Thunder Britt was fantastic. Doesn't matter. Deanna's better than both of them, and Thunder Rose is a hometown girl for me, huge fan. But facts are facts, man.
Deanna's she's a ring general. She has the leader in the ring, man. You get to see it how she wrestles. She just has that leader style to her. And what I'm saying is, anybody who's doubting her, you watch her a little closer, and then you'll see what we're talking about. You can just see how she does it. Go ahead, JAYBONE.
Oh yeah, just go watch a few more matches, and you'll see what we're talking about.
You know? Our good buddy RK, I think he's just nailing it there. Yeah, a lot of people are comparing her to how she was booked in WWE / NXT. So people haven't watched the Impact.
Then, don't watch wrestling that way. Don't.
Yeah, because you got to look how Impact is booked.
Everybody's different. I don't know.
Totally
like what you like. Don't like what you like.
Critical state. Did Mark just turn into me? I had to channel you for all that info off the top of my head.
Just the way women are booked lately, WWE, honestly, now they've got some great women's wrestlers. Don't get me wrong, but the way women's wrestling is booked lately in WWE is a horrible example of how women's wrestling is going on today.
Part of the reason they're bad matches, or could be considered bad matches, is because the booking's bad. It's not because these women are bad wrestlers. Like, these women bust their asses to put on a show. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you put women's wrestling on for 1 minute out of 3 hours, Look at who's running the company.
Well, look at what those matches that guy just said had in common. They all had time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when you're on TV, you don't get time other than possible pay-per-views. You give time, you give people the ability. You put anybody in a match that could be 5 minutes or less. Kenny Omega is not going to look great in a 4-minute match.
Perfect summary right there.
I also want to make it a point too, because I'm noting this trend. It just seems to be that, you know, like you guys can have your favorites, but you don't have to shit on other people because they're compared to your favorite.
Good point. That's
like, it's
not
a weird negative aspect to being a wrestling fan where it's like there can only be one and this one is best. It's like they're, you know, He-Man. Oh,
it can only be one.
You know what I never say on this show, because this is an Impact show. My favorite women's wrestler in the world is Sasha Banks.
Yeah, you are very open about that. You're right.
Yeah. I think she's absolutely amazing.
Sasha World Order.
My favorite wrestlers are rocking the independents right now. So
yeah.
You know, I'll
don't worry. Maybe someday Mercedes will be wrestling in Impact.
Ooh, whoa! Seems like Bill's got some inside track there. Well, we'll get to that. Is that fake wrestling news or is that real?
Really?
Well, anything could happen someday. I didn't say when.
Oh, okay, good.
Listen, Sasha Banks, off the topic, but Sasha Banks was in a Star Wars affiliated thing, and that's major kudos to her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what?
Oh yeah, she was a Mandalorian. She was a Mandalorian. She's got an action figure coming out.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
When she leaves, she's not going somewhere else. She's going to Hollywood. Sasha's career is in the WWE. I get that. I hate that I can't watch her. She's amazing. This is an Impact show, so let's move on.
Yeah,
so
sorry. We get distracted, guys. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's my fault. I went off.
I should ring the bell every time there's a distraction.
We're still under 2 hours, though.
You know what? I will just.
We're making good time.
The problem is I'll fucking fight you over Deanna. Like the rest of it, whatever.
And this is coming from when she wasn't signed and gave an interview or two and was not a fan. So that's
I was not
open-mindedness and wrestling fans don't usually go together. But when they do, it's a beautiful thing.
I was not a fan.
Good way to put it, Bill. Very good way to put it. Very nice. All right. We get an announcement here for Under Siege, which is very influenced by Steven Seagal, my favorite action hero, by the way.
Yeah, we know why you like that movie, Trey.
I sure do. I sure do, and you know why. Under Siege, Saturday, May 15th. I guess it's an Impact Plus special. They didn't really... Did they say Impact Plus on the logo?
Yeah,
they did.
I believe they did.
And then Against All Odds is a pay-per-view special, though, from what I could see. It didn't say Impact Plus on the Against All Odds logo. I didn't see the Plus logo there. So
I'd be surprised. It seemed like all monthlies to me.
That's what I thought, but I didn't put the Plus logo on it. So see if you can confirm that. But then Slammiversary.
I'm cracking you up down there.
Alicia's losing
everything, but also some the comments are off the wall tonight. Like
everybody's fired up. Everybody's fired up.
Well, we're getting to the main event too. We're dragging it out. They're all waiting
you know
for the
what,
main event. We're talking about
we got to say it because we did miss it on that sidetrack. We got to mention.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We did. We did.
Let's get wild for a second.
Let's put that in there. Yes. Deanna wins. There's a beatdown by Kimber and Susan. Taylor Wilde makes her return tonight. Looking fantastic.
Updated gear.
Old
gear.
Updated vintage gear.
Updated vintage gear, like Alicia pointed out to us. Look phenomenal. Hit some moves. For someone who hasn't been in the ring on TV in 10 years, she looked great. Absolutely great tonight. So big props to the former Knockouts champion. And I like that they mentioned Striker immediately, credibility built. That's a former Knockouts champion. So a lot of people might not know her.
Knockout tag title champion.
Yep.
Did he mention it?
He did mention that.
Okay, that instant credibility. If people don't know who she is, boom, she's a former champ. She's been here a long time.
I love Taylor Wilde. I'm so stoked.
I'm psyched for her. I think she looked great. So I'm psyched to see her what she does. So big shot. Thank you again, Amir. Sorry, we forgot that. But no,
Trent is so fired up. He mixed stoked with psyched and came out with stiked.
Psyched. I did get distracted. There is a comment. There's Ashley threw in a comment. Whose hot dog is this? That's a Steven Seagal reference to
that
Justice.
got me too.
Whose hot dog is this?
Sadly, understood about half of that.
Not Under Siege, but that is still Steven Seagal. Great line in there, though. Whose hot dog is this? He throws a hot dog. Great line. That is my favorite Seagal one, Out for Justice, for sure. So then they show the commercial Slammiversary. Now we get it's Nashville. Wow. Immediately we saw Nashville, though.
Should we do a whole After Dark on this?
No.
Oh,
I can't do it after dark.
No, not today.
I gotta work in the morning.
Here's what I took from it, though. The buildup of it made me feel like there might be a limited fan capacity in this in some capacity. I don't know.
That is Nashville's already putting that on the table. Because it could be Skyway. They could find a venue, but now they've cemented Nashville.
Right.
So now you just have how many venues in Nashville that could run? I don't know.
I'm sure they got something.
But they hopefully have a two-prong approach here. We can have fans and we can't have fans. Because if they've already made we're not doing fans, I think that would be a little too soon to make that decision. Because we know most of the wrestling industry will be in front of fans by July.
Yeah, it seems like it. Mania was kind of the first start off to that. So, yeah, this looked like it because they didn't say Skyway. It didn't say Skyway.
They didn't say Skyway. So
they didn't pigeonhole you in.
Yeah,
that's what I
except for the town. They're now pigeonholed to the town.
Yeah.
Well,
but that left. Go ahead.
They showed a specific hall. I forget what it was.
Well,
called.
That's the Ryman Auditorium.
It's a famous hall. Yeah, it's a landmark there. But they, like Bill said, they let you know it's national, but they didn't. Remember last time they said Skyway. For this one, it said Skyway Studios. Particularly, this was the rebellion with Skyway. This one, they didn't say Skyway. So it could be, but it's open enough that it's like in case we can't get it, it'll be Skyway.
Okay,
so
hands in. If Slammiversary has fans, we will all do our absolute very, very best to be there.
Bill's a given. We know
Bill's
that.
a given.
Bill's got
Bill's
the
a
inside
given,
track.
we will all do our best.
Deal.
All right, chat. You guys too. Well, depending on capacity, let us go first, and once we have our seats,
we'll see where it ends up, guys. It's this is
as long as I take Tony Khan's seat, I'm okay.
I'll be like the boy in the bubble running all the way there.
But we do get the little flashes though. Same like last year, the release talent flashes. Let me recap. So we had Samoa Joe, Chelsea Green in there. You
Laurel
did
Van
have
Ness.
Laurel Van Ness. You had Okada. You had who else was shown in there?
Naito.
Muda was in there too.
Yeah,
in there.
I saw something.
We still have the
Mickey James.
relationship.
Right, Mickey James, and so you got your teases. It's all
there
Impact footage.
There were flags too. Like last time, remember
there were flags. Although I gotta pay attention to the flags.
I gotta ask
God,
John
can you
Burton.
imagine if we got Mickey James back.
Oh, it'd be awesome. We gotta ask John Burton. John Burton was our news guy last year.
Oh, there it is.
Here it is, right here. Beautiful. Thank you, Jeffrey. Joe, Chelsea, Okada, Naito, Muda, Mickey, and Australia, Mexico. I represent the Iconics and Andrade. Ooh, that's something.
Please sign the Iconics.
I love that.
Please sign the Iconics.
Hey, look at that. Dude, Knockouts tag team.
Iconics, Fire and Flava. Somebody mentioned that on Discord or Twitter.
Oh, that would be such a fun match.
Oh my god, that feud! Not even
the amount of character work behind
it.
All right, guys. Well, that's big. All right, we're at the main now. This is it. Mauro Ranallo comes out. Now, I've only heard Mauro in clips. This guy's phenomenal, by the way.
I was so invested. This was my first real experience with Mauro, and wow, my hair was blown on my back.
Isn't he awesome?
He is absolutely. I've never. Yeah, I'm with you, Alicia. I've only heard little clips, highlights. This dude is next level announcer.
Oh yeah,
this guy had me in. Unbelievable.
He could sell me sand in a sandstorm. Like,
he is
God,
awesome.
It was
even. I know JAYBONE. I know you've addressed this on Smash This podcast. I know you don't like some of his NXT work. I even love his over the top NXT work. I only know him from NXT. He is so good. Trent, I texted you right away, and I was like, "Doesn't it just feel big?"
It felt big.
It was a combination in the past of that whole team that he was with. I always felt like he and Nigel and Beth they were stumbling over each other and trying to be the over the top person on the team. It just didn't work, in my opinion. I'm not saying it was shit. I'll never say it was shit. Mauro's great. I'm just saying I've seen plenty of instances in that company where it wasn't good. But now I've seen even more where he is absolutely worth every penny you pay to bring him in for something special like this. The guy has an iconic voice. Please don't take it as me hating on him. I'm just saying I've seen instances where it didn't fit in someplace. The stuff on SmackDown was great. His I've heard his. I'm not a boxing guy, but I've heard his boxing stuff. Yeah, good stuff on boxing, good stuff on New Japan when he used to call that on Access TV before he went to the WWE. You know, it's all great stuff.
Yeah, I think the key with this is, and we got to give due credit to both Striker and D'Lo because they played off him perfect. Pretty much, Morrow came in, they let him run the show. It was his call, and they chimed in. I was telling Jay during the watch along, it's like our podcast here. You got Trent anchoring, and you got him moving it around, and it's very much like Morrow. You could tell he was leading, but he left an opening, and they were jumping in at the right time.
True,
like a little comment here, a little comment there. I think this may have been the best announced match in Impact TNA history.
Wow. That's a big one, Bill. Big endorsement.
Today and West Gems in there.
Yeah, it was. They were very good, but Morrow
not professional. Not professional.
Yes, Morrow
he's
is
no next level.
Yeah,
the got me. At least you might have caught this too. The metaphors he used tonight, like the just the metaphors and descriptive anecdotes. I was like, what the fuck? These are words I don't think of. This guy was so good.
He did
so
not
good.
Give us a Mamma Mia.
No, I don't need a Mamma Mia. He gave us a lot. Shit.
That was the only thing we didn't get though.
Oh.
See, I think WWE actually trademarked Mamma Mia. So
are you kidding?
No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say
meatball.
if they did, I would say
It really sizzled.
All right, but everybody in the chat, this is the main event, so let's get your thoughts on this. Get all the thoughts in on this. We're gonna break it down here now.
Basil's here just in time. Here we go.
Basil is here. As I talked to him earlier today, me and him had a nice little event session earlier today.
Oh, I want to know what Basil thought of this main event too.
Yeah, Basil can sound off on this too. So the match was pretty awesome, actually. I gotta say, there were a couple moments where I thought they did a little too much and they overextended. You can see them; they got tired. There was a move that got botched in there that I thought Rich broke his leg again. I don't know if you guys caught that. It was when they were trying to go for the power bomb.
Yeah,
it slipped, and all the weight again came down on Rich's leg. I'm like, that fucking snapped his leg again. I was so worried for him at that point because I'm like, this is exactly how it happened. It was a pressure on a standing Rich, right?
Yeah. There was one point too where he did like what looked like it was supposed to be a head or handstand on the apron from the outside to the apron, and he looked like he spiked himself, like he landed too hard. It was like, oh god! And then there was one other point where he looked like he took something on his head or neck or something too hard or something.
It was the reverse. It was going to be the reverse Hurricanrana. He fell down, spike. You're right. There was a couple that, and it's like they went so hard in the beginning.
They did.
And it's like they got that moment where they got tired. You can see they needed the break, but you're so deep at that point. Nevertheless, an incredible match. These two, if anybody, there were so many doubters of Rich being the guy here. There were like so many people that, oh, he's not on Kenny's level. It should be moves or whatever. Fuck all of that. Rich Swann today was like, if you are a non-Impact fan, a non-Swan fan, a non-believer in this guy, if you can doubt him after tonight that he's on that level with Kenny Omega, if you can doubt him, fucking forget it. There's no changing you at that point. Just turn it off because this was unreal.
This reminded me of, for Impact fans and some other wrestling fans back then, but during that gauntlet that he did in up in Windsor, where it's like, oh, Rich Swann, you had Brian Cage in there, you had Tessa. It was like, oh, there's no way. And he didn't win the match. But his performance in there, the beating he took, where he did he eliminated some people. And then after, I still remember being in that crowd, he goes to the back. You can hear throughout the whole building, the locker room going crazy for him. And this is, I think every fan watching that saw, okay, Rich Swann's a guy you can really, like, he can be your guy. You can put the company on Rich Swann's back. Then sadly he got that injury. And it derailed it for a bit. But he was definitely a worthy guy to be the flag bearer of the company.
He's got it. He's an extremely talented guy. Like, the guy just knows what he's doing in there, man. I love Swann. I mean, we'll get to the end in a second, but I just want to put out there real quick. At ringside, you had Tony Khan and Shivani and Jerry Lynn at Turncoat X Division champion.
Jerry Lynn.
I love Jerry. Personally, I love him as a friend. He's a friend of mine, but he's like, God damn, I'm not going to forgive you, Jerry Lynn.
Hey, he hurts
the most.
At least they behaved themselves tonight.
They did behave themselves tonight because Tony's also skeptical of the whole thing, right? He's still kind of like him and his whole thing with Don. It's like Don's always almost operating outside of him in a little bit.
No one should trust Don Callis.
Right.
I don't care what side of the fence you're on.
So, and then let me set this up. In the corner, in Kenny's corner was the Good Brothers and Don Callis. In Rich's corner, you had Willie and Eddie, who were great. Who everybody was hyping their guy. Eddie, I think, was on like he reminded me of like Duke in Rocky. You know, he was like in there just like he was like Duke and Rocky to me.
Duke or Mickey. Well, one of them.
Mickey.
I was definitely going with a Rocky reference there.
Yeah, we'll go Mickey, maybe a little more East Coast, a little more the Boston, and I mean we'll go that. But he was definitely like a Duke or Mickey, man. He had it to me. But anyway, so that's a setup. Let me pitch it to somebody over here. Alicia, I'll let you go ahead and just give me your Rich, Omega, whatever you want to say. Well, I'll go around on this one here.
I just thought it was overall an exceptional match. It's just, again, two people who proved that they love wrestling and gave it all they got. You know, it's all that can be said. I mean, win or lose, it was good shit.
I want to mention one thing, Truck, that remind me. Also, the two refs were there. Aubrey was on the outside, Baby Hebner on the inside.
Another red herring.
Yes. Now, this is where the shenanigans did come in, though, was in this. And well, let's everybody get your thoughts. I want to take a minute on that. So let's. I know, Bill, I think you wanted to talk about the same moment too, I believe. So, Mark, let me get your feeling on this. Give us a little synopsis where you're at.
I just want to say that Aubrey, on the ref discussion, I did say that Edwards would call it down the middle. She's a great ref. She did.
She's one of the good ones.
Yeah, and she did.
This is my first time seeing her. I've only seen little gifs, and she's like really animated. But
yeah, she's great. I like her a lot. She's a good character ref. But this match, I don't. Obviously, I wanted Rich to win, but we knew this was going to be an incredible match, and it was. Did Rich, the one thing I was shocked by is Rich did not kick out of the one-winged angel. They protected it. However, he took 8 V-triggers. Is that right?
The knee is pretty intense, man. I got that V-trigger is.
Dude.
There came a point where I'm like, there's no way these guys are not kneeing each other in the mouth. Like,
dude,
it looked like it.
I mean, Kenny's he's famous for the V-trigger because it's the V-trigger, and Rich I've seen people take multiples before, but this was insane. Talk about making somebody look strong in a loss. Rich is the ultimate underdog. I love the fact that he's small in stature, because it just makes Kenny look like that much more of a bully and a prick. Like when he was holding Rich, to the ZNA guys outside. This psychologically, they started out a little too hot and got gassed early, but pacing wise, the spots were like, apart. Everybody got their offense in. There was an ebb and flow. Kenny only wrestles really long, big event matches. This was another one. I thought it was just killer. It's not my match of the night only because of the end, but the match itself was just incredible. We saw so many great moves. We heard calls like Rich Swann being called a graduate from the University of Adversity. That was
Morrow, my man.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good. What did he say? Morrow said this match is a level of badassery you can see from space. Like, Morrow is just so good.
He called Kenny something that was so over the top, and I wish I wrote it down. And it was amazing, though. I can't remember what it was.
You'll remember it because we're all going to watch this match back multiple times. The story for me here is the match went exactly how I thought it would. Rich looks strong in defeat, but the big story for me is what do you do with Rich Swann now? You do not reset Rich Swann. This is not a case of you lose the title and you go back to the bottom, because fuck that. Rich Swann's proven he is deserving of being on the front line of this company. So I just am a little unsure. Unless you send him to the other show down south, I'm a little bit wondering where we go with Rich from here.
Absolutely.
Not worried, because I know it's going
to be Rich is a little lost right now. Does he get a rematch? Are you owed a rematch as a champion? I don't know.
Well,
Jay, let's say Jay, you watch Dynamite also. Based on how they run it, our disappointment always has been they haven't done enough of reciprocation. Do we get something with Rich here? Dynamite's on first now in the week, so that's different. That's the That's the V trigger of the situation.
Yeah. No, look, do I think that, Rich shows up on AEW television and wants a rematch? No. Could it happen? Sure. This is wrestling. Anything could happen. Especially when you've seen it in, companies like AEW and Impact Wrestling. But no, I think if he's going to get some kind of rematch, it's probably going to happen on television just to hype the match, get something really good on television as a payoff from the pay-per-view. And sometimes they show, it's a rematch from the pay-per-view. Well, and there's ones that you're like, okay, we saw that, we don't need to see it again. There's ones like this where I would, hell yeah, put it on television, give it to me.
But not right away. Can't do it right away.
No, I mean, could they save it for the next monthly special, whatever they're going to do with it? What is that? Under Siege, whatever.
Under Siege, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, right.
Special referee for the main event, Steven Seagal. What the fuck am I?
Only if he's wearing his shades. God, that makes me feel really fucking old right now. Let me tell you, I watched a lot of those movies as a kid.
I own a lot of those movies as an adult, but I digress.
Well, you'll have to invite me over, damn it. But yeah, look, it's Rich Swann by no means lost anything in this match. Did he lose his championship? Right. Yeah, but this is probably one of the best matches he's had in his entire career.
It was a banger.
So, and he made his win or lose, he made history. This company made history. Everybody involved made history. And I'll tell you the best part about this. It's not, I don't look at, this was kind of a AEW versus Impact Wrestling. AEW came in. AEW took the title. Yeah, but guess what? Take all that, and I said it on my Smash This podcast, cheap plug. I said it on Smash This podcast. Take all that, throw it out the window. You're Scott D'Amore. You're Don Callis. And you have the ability to, work some stuff in your company and bring in this guy, bring in that guy. Why the fuck would you not want to bring in Kenny Omega and have him with a run in your company? Why not?
No, it's true.
And you can't give me you can't tell me why not, because he is one of the best in the world right now.
Big shout out to Kevin Martin, Impact Production Team. We saw it was a cameo of Kevin.
I did see Kevin. We
saw it.
He did a side cam when they zoomed in. I'm guessing it was some type of B-roll or something, but I was like, that's Kevin Martin.
Kevin Martin, thank you for the hard work, my man.
Big Kev.
You guys killed it. What are you showing us here?
It's a Moose tweet that says, in this movie, the bad guy is the hero.
That's it. What did I call him? No, Brandon said, he goes, we know what happens to Rich here. He has to answer to a very angry Moose who told him not to.
And Sami.
Sammy, yeah.
Sammy.
Right.
Sammy said, I'm going to break your legs if you lose this.
So we do know what's going to happen. Rich is going to get the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, yeah, that's what Rich is. Rich is going to have, now the heels that were like Team Impact, they're all coming for him.
I'll be waiting on the corner. Yeah. Hey, man, looks like Richie here lost the world title.
And then like Eddie and Mack and all.
What do we got here, boys?
What do we got here, Moosey?
It's not
Dino.
That son of a bitch.
He's losing his mind over it.
It's not Impact Wrestling. It's the Sopranos 2.0.
It's gonna Joe
be like
Pesci a kneecap, son.
It's gonna be like, hey Moosey, what do we got over here? It looks like Rich Swann lost the world title. Oh, I don't know about this, Sammy. Let's see. Maybe we gotta teach one lesson or two, huh?
Finger snapping intensifies.
Snapping intensifies.
Gonna West Side Story your ass.
That's right. Here we go. Yeah, Pfizer gang when they see the Moderna boys.
Oh, Kev, hold on.
But everyone runs when Johnson and Johnson run.
Oh yeah.
Kev, tonight's not the night to be quoting Tony Schiavone at us.
I've seen it, and I still cannot believe it.
Wait, what do
Tony Baloney, that's what I call him.
Tony Baloney.
What did Tommy Dreamer tell us we should be called?
Yeah, slap fat face Schiavone.
Bill, give me your thoughts. I want to take it after you give your thoughts. I want to talk about the one shenanigan point. If you want to set that up, we'll go.
Right, I'll set up this.
Then we'll finish it up, and then we'll wrap up the match here. Go ahead.
Well, obviously, great match.
Yes.
Rich Swann, he brought it. We knew he was going to bring it. Kenny Omega is Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega, we were talking about some of those. I know some of where you're talking about those moves that quite didn't hit right.
Yeah.
Kenny took some bumps on those too.
Yeah,
So a lot of that was stuff in the corner. Like both him and Rich, they definitely went at it.
Mm-hmm.
They were going all out. They no stops given. But there were obviously I was saying this during the watch along. I think I even said it on Thursday. I felt the shenanigan point would not be the finish. You had to have the clean finish. If they didn't, then there'd be just complaining all over the place.
Yes.
So I figured it would be about that 3/4 of the way. And when it hit that, and it was exactly, I said it right before it happened. And then it was like, boom, there it is. There's the ref bump. And as soon as you knew the Impact official was in the ring, you knew Hebner was getting bumped.
Yeah.
It was just like, what kind? But it was illogical. It wasn't like Kenny threw him in front. It was just like kind of like
didn't he pull him in front?
Did he really pull him? He looked like he moved out of the way.
It looked like he I don't know. I felt like he
he may have known he was there, but he didn't. I don't think he actually pulled him. I think he just ducked out of the way.
Okay. All right. Fair
enough.
I'm
willing to give credit to that.
That's a great sell from Baby Hebner, by the way.
Baby Hebner's good. He's great at taking those bumps. I'll give him that for sure.
He's always been good at taking the bumps.
Yeah.
So then the whole question would be, and this was the red herring by Ref Audrey, because she was in the private jet talking about being bad and looking very heelish, but
very stone faced too, very very stoic today too. She wasn't really.
She kept to her AEW ref character. Yes. She did not, because you're right, she's not a heel there, but she was portraying like she could be that heel.
She quoted the MIA song for Bad Girls.
Yes.
Oh, did she?
So, but
live fast, die young. Bad girls do it well.
There you go. So, but she kept it clean. She kept it clean there. But
she pulled the chair out of Kenny's hands, right? That was the build up to it, because he's about to do it. She's behind him, and you're kind of at that moment where is she or isn't she going to stop him?
I always had faith.
Yeah, there was that
I always
long
had faith in Andrea.
It felt like 5 minutes. So she was behind him, waiting for him to take the swing with the chair. It's like, okay, she's not just.
She's like, no.
She's just standing there waiting for him to swing. She didn't just take it from him.
Yeah, she was almost going to allow him not to swing first.
Aubrey's whole character has been defined by her adherence to the rules and letting matches go all the way until it has to be stopped, right?
Gotcha.
It gives them a lot of rope. So I think she's a great ref. She did a good job.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, it was good, because after that, but I got a little upset here because I'm like, we're having the ref shenanigan, and I'm like, I hope. My worry was this is going to play into the finish.
And that's what I thought would happen. I thought there would be a play into the finish.
And then you had the screwy. It didn't happen. Right. You didn't get the screwiness of so-and-so wasn't the legal ref, all that bullshit. You didn't get that, at least. So I was happy with that. But it was it was that exact point. I'm like, this is the fucking, we're getting fucking shenanigans in this thing.
Although we did have the early on, they're showing all these people ringside there. And it's like, where's Scott? Where's Scott? And then they're like, I saw Scott and then he vanished. So it was like, because I always thought like that was my one shenanigan as well. Maybe Scott plays a part.
Right.
Then they start giving tune-ins, and that's where we get I blink at you, redheaded security guy.
Yeah, we're gonna call that guy out later.
Thursday.
But Scott, he kept back there. He never left gorilla position. Mm-hmm. And near the end, well, obviously you have the finish, and he looks pissed for all of 5 seconds, Scott. And then he obviously then he cheers. And we'll get into the whole awkward ending of the show.
Did you see everybody's face behind him and the disappointment? Like there were head shakes and everything.
And he was head shaking too at first.
But did you catch this? When he went to clap, they cut it from him right away.
Very quickly.
Real fast. He got one in and they get that off him.
Kind of like when Tommy Dreamer woke up right before.
Oh, we cut.
I don't want to do that.
But that was now. What's the awkward end? Now, well, let me add this real quick. We get all past shenanigans. We get a bunch of V triggers. Rich comes out looking like a hero. I mean, he's the hero in defeat. One Winged Angel. He does lose. Kenny Omega wins the title, holding all 3 belts. But what's the awkward ending you're talking about?
Well, he's there with the belts, so we're getting all that. But then, unless I missed it verbally, it seems like, because we're all waiting there, we're like, okay, is Moose going to come out with an issue?
Right.
Is somebody coming out that like is the locker room coming out? Are we going to get some melee to end this show? And then I don't really hear anything from the announcers. And then you just kind of see them with the belts, and then you get the bumper screen. And then like it's black for maybe about a minute, and then you get almost like the old Sting's Coming to Impact, just white text. It's like, thank you for watching Impact Rebellion pay-per-view from Nashville, Tennessee.
That was
Like
it.
I almost feel, did they not sign off from the show?
Yeah, well,
And that was the sign off, or did it get cut? Like did it accidentally cut early or something? It seemed, I don't know, that seemed just like an early, like it was 10 minutes early.
It was 10 minutes early though. Yeah,
it just felt like it was abrupt at the end. Like it was like, okay, Kenny's got the belts, and then bang, over.
I feel like maybe it was accidentally on purpose, maybe to make you think that. But at the same time,
it was like Thursday. It's all Thursday. You're going to see nothing.
But at the same time, I started thinking to myself, like, I think you got the extra 10 minutes because everybody played it a little safe and shaved stuff off because they wanted to make sure this one had enough time just to pad it a little bit. You don't want to lose time on this one. You want to have enough to bumper it, But I think that was it. I think that's what happened. I think it was a little too early. 10 minutes is quite a bit of a chunk to go early. You get 5, but 10, I think everybody shaved up.
That's a big time gap right
there.
10 minutes.
Okay, I remember when it happened at Slam last year. You had 10 minutes, but you had that long commercial afterwards that teased everything and left us.
Yeah, I thought maybe if anything, we get the Slammiversary commercial again.
I thought you put that on again. No, you didn't get that again. But either way, Wednesday and Thursday will be very interesting. Yeah. Wednesday to see if they even acknowledge it, which has been our big gripe. Are you acknowledging it? Thursday, I'm sure you're going to get a follow-up. They're there in town. You got to do something.
Well, whoever, watches it, be sure to let me know.
Yeah, J-Bone's reviewing it, so Jay will do it on Smash's podcast.
I'll tune into J-Bone's podcast, Smash.
Oh yeah,
I'll be in the chat.
I'll be covering it. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I'm not expecting nothing because they certainly have the capabilities, but the real shit will be watched Thursday night because it's going to start a whole new chapter in Impact Wrestling. You got new
say though, even if they don't, does it even matter at this point?
I don't think so. I feel like it doesn't.
It just seems so irrelevant at this point that what is even the point?
Well, I feel like Impact's telling its own story.
Yeah,
it's been fine.
I've accepted it this way.
Yeah, I mean, if it does come into the fold, like it looks like things are lining up for more. But if they don't, I've been okay with I still watch Impact primarily, and I watch AEW anyways.
Right.
So
okay,
works for me.
All right, cool. Well, listen, it's going to be exciting either way. But speaking of Thursday, we'll be back live that Thursday for the post-show Impact Next TV. But the watch-along first. Bill and Jay do a watch-along on Twitch. Sometimes even Truck jumps in there. Our buddy Truck's in there, too. So they'll do a watch-along on Twitch during the show. You get a little watch-along, spout off your thoughts and comments, and then the post-show following that. So join us Thursday for that fallout. And then Jay will be live Wednesday with Smash's podcast reviewing Dynamite. So if anything happens there, he'll break it all down for you guys. But that's the end, man. That's the show. Rebellion 2021. Tons of title changes. It was an exciting one. So big thanks to a lot of new listeners tonight. Big thank you to all you guys who are all in here. We appreciate it. Pay-per-view nights are great, especially this one. I imagine a lot of AEW fans are in here tonight. So guys, thank you for joining us on that. We're gonna get our plugs in here. So let's plug it up here. Alicia, where can people get you, connect with you and stuff?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under the handle Alicia BKK.
Very nice. Give her a follow. Mark
World Order, MARKQ World Order on Twitter.
Beautiful. Bill.
You can find me on the Twitter at my name, William M. Gardner, GARDNER. Same on the Instagram. And just for all you AEW and Impact fans, maybe some pictures of some of the guys will be
there. Maybe
it's to put out to the universe. J-Bone, Breakdown Smash's podcast. It's a co-stream tonight with Smash and TNI. Where can people get Smash normally? What's going on?
Oh yeah, for everyone, no matter where you tuned in tonight, thank you so much for tuning in. History was made tonight. It was big for all wrestling fans. Whether you're a fan of AEW, Impact, whether you're watching on TNI or Smash, or Twitch, or whatever, thank you so much. You can find Smash this podcast regularly on YouTube and Twitch, and it's on all the socials, the Facebotch, the Instaneck, and the Twitter box. The audio is on anchor.fm/smash this podcast. So, just thanks everyone again. This is a long night, but a very fun night and a big night for wrestling in general. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, like I say in the chat, hit the like button real quick. It takes you a second. Go ahead and hit like. Share it around. If you're a Reddit, you Reddit thread, share it on Reddit. Anywhere you can, share the link around for the show. The Rebellion Fallout is a big one. You can get our show. Actually, you can follow me first at Trensberry on Twitter. But you can get this show on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. Total Nonstop Impact on Twitch is twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, youtube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Model that shirt for me one more time. Here, Skull. Get in here. Bring that beautiful body. Look at this brand new t-shirt designed by Juan the Deadly. Get it. Which way am I going here? There it is. Look at that. Look at this beautiful t-shirt. This could be yours. On prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop. Thank you very much. Go sit down. I'll be right there. All right. But guys, also the Discord chat continues the party with everything. So remember the show schedule. Tuesday night is Time Machine Tuesday, as Mark calls it now. NWA TNA throwback shows. We're on number 66. If you're on Impact Plus, go watch some of the old Asylum stuff. We talk about it. It's a lot of fun. Wednesday, TNI UK, they break down their week in Impact. And then Thursday, watch along during Impact and Access TV, then the post show immediately following the show. Did I miss anything, guys? What's going on? Am I good? I think that's everything, right?
We're good.
Beautiful.
Chocolate chip, buddy.
All right, that's awesome, guys. Thank you again. New listeners, we welcome you. Old listeners, we love you. Thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate it. Have a great, safe week, everybody. Get some rest. It's been a long night. Rebellion 2021. Thank you all. We'll see you Tuesday night for Throwback. Take care. Good night.